What is good, YouTube? Coming back at you here with a quick video on the ideal button layout. I've had a couple people ask for a video on the button layout and what I recommend as a follow-up to my controller settings video that I made about a week ago. And if you guys haven't seen that, I recommend you do go watch it because it gives a simple and easy explanation on how to tweak your sensitivities instead of copying other people's settings. I'll leave that in the top right hand corner right here. But for this video, I'm just going to go ahead and briefly go over this one button setting that I think is superior to everything else and explanations on why you shouldn't use the other ones. And as always, this is your host Halasumer Dare, and let's get right into the video. Okay, so hopping right into this quick disclaimer, I'm not a pro player or a streamer. I'm just going to offer a rational explanation and you can do whatever you want with it. Like the title of the video suggests, this is assuming you're using a regular Xbox One or DualShock controller, no paddles, no G-feel, no SCUFs, no cheating or scripts, and you're not playing claw. Right off the bat here, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what the best setting is right now. No bullshit. It's button puncher. There's no reason to use anything else, but let me quickly explain why that is. Button puncher allows you to crouch spam, which is an important part of dodging bullets in this game, while at the same time you can maintain 100% control of your aim and use your tactical abilities. Also, because melee is mapped to B or the circle button, there's almost no chance of you accidentally hitting it and losing the gunfight due to accidentally punching the air. If you like how straight to the point that was, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe, because I love making quick tip videos like this that value your time so you can spend more time winning those gunfights. But go ahead and stick around for just a little bit longer because I'm going to fully explain why the other button settings are inferior and why you shouldn't be using them. For an example, take a look at default. Compared to button puncher, the crouch and melee buttons are swapped. And this matters 100% because you're in the game, being in full control of your strafe tactics and your aim is essential. And if you use default, A, you can't crouch spam without taking your thumb off the aiming stick, and B, you're going to be prone to accidentally hitting that melee button when you don't want to, so you're going to lose that gunfight. And if you do that, unless the enemy is a bot, you're 100% dead. Hitting melee accidentally in those clutch situations and tough gunfights is going to disappoint you so much. Before I get into the next few button layouts, which swap the jump button with some other button, I have to explain how people overestimate how important it is to be able to look and jump at the same time on Apex. And on paper this is nice, but you have to realize that this game is not Call of Duty or Halo, where jump shooting can give you a pretty significant advantage by giving you that speed boost when going around a corner. Apex jump shotting doesn't really work that way, it doesn't give you that big of an advantage, and you're actually going to find that if you jump shot, your accuracy is going to go down a lot, which kind of defeats the purpose of jump shotting and trying to get the first shot in the first place. Take a look at this Spitfire clip. As you can see, if I'm standing still and aim down sight shooting, it's pretty accurate, right? But once I start jumping, the bullets are going everywhere as if I wasn't even aimed down sight in the first place. This game, the overall movement such as sliding and your positioning is a lot more important than jump shotting. The ability to jump and turn is nice, but it's not really required to do well at all. Of course, there are certain special situations like a wall bounce where jumping is a primary part of the movement and can be pretty stylish if you can pull it off, but that's outside the scope of the video and isn't really required to be a good player. Go ahead and comment down below if you agree or disagree with the sentiment, because I'd love to hear your guys' responses. So moving on to the next button layout that we're actually supposed to be talking about here, it's going to be button jumper. And for this one, it looks like the tactical and the jump button are swapped. On paper this seems kind of nice because you can jump and look around and aim, but you also have to remember that now you can't control tacticals that you need to aim, like Bangalore Smoke or Red and Stuff Ball. So you're kind of stuck standing still if you want to actually try and aim it, which is not ideal and kind of makes them useless or hard to deploy. So I really can't recommend this. And you're still stuck with melee on the right stick or R3, so that sucks. So now moving on to Evolve, this is the same thing as button jumper, but this one moves your crouch to your melee, so it swaps them. So it solves the problem of meleeing accidentally during combat, but you're still stuck with the same problem of not being able to control your tactical ability, so that's not the best at all. Moving on to Grenadier, let's take a look at this. This allows you to use grenades without taking either hand off the thumbstick to press the D-pad, which in theory is nice, but now you can't ping without stopping. And I can almost guarantee that you're going to be using the ping button a lot more than you could be using grenades, so this really isn't a good option. Pulling out grenades is usually a deliberate decision and not a reflex like in Call of Duty or Halo, because you physically still have to pull out the grenade, it doesn't just deploy automatically. And you're still stuck with melee on the right stick or R3, so this still isn't a good option. This finally brings us to Ninja, which is going to be the last preset option that Respawn has added to the game. And this allows you to crouch and jump at the same time without taking either your thumbs off the sticks, but at the cost of being unable to ping and aim your tacticals effectively. It's really weird how they add the crouch button to right bumper or R1, because has anyone actually tried to press that button at the same time holding down the trigger or using a semi-automatic weapon? Because that is really difficult. I'm not sure if this is going to be a viable layout for anybody really. And you still have the problem of having melee on the right stick. So there you guys have it. That's going to wrap up this quick video on button layouts on Apex. I will mention that a lot of this is relevant if you have a controller with extra buttons and paddles, such as a Razor Wolverine, a C40, or a SCUF, or even the infamous Strike Pack. I will be making a video on different controllers, so please stay tuned for that. If you guys need some entertainment, go ahead and click on the video in the middle of the screen right now if you want to see how scientifically bad randoms are. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.